Get a £5 free bet every week with Offer Club from William Hill. Simply stake a total of £20 or more across the week on pre-match football accumulators with 4 or more selections, and you'll get a £5 free bet on the Friday. Join William Hill Offer Club on mobile or online now.
This is KUGAN CASSIUS for ARTUR TV in association with Macklins in Marbella. We're in Paisley here, just seeing Billy Joe retain his WBO middleweight crown. Bill, Akavov a lot tougher than what you expected tonight?
Not a lot tougher, KUGAN, no. And I wouldn't class that as a WBO champion, I call it as the BO champion tonight. Stinking. Fucking absolute stinking, but look, I've been out a year, adjusted a few things in my boxing, in my training camp. Had the poorest night I probably could have in my boxing career and still won. So there's two ways of looking at it, but look, that's not a performance where you want to go in with a Golovkin or Canelo, because it'd just be absolute pointless. But look on the upper hand, I'm pleased they see that performance than a shining performance. You compare that to Andy Lee, just no comparison. I want to beat top 3 in England on that performance tonight. An absolute terrible performance. I think I need another, for on about another jumping with big fights, I think I might need another one sharpish, get the cobwebs off, and work on a few things.
Like you said, you've been out the ring for 9, 11 months, so there could have been some ring rust there. What about the weight issue here? Because you lost some.
I lost, yeah. I went up too big, KUGAN. I went up super too big. Come down. Took me ages to get down. You know, it is what it is. A stinking, terrible, horrible, stinking performance. But on the other hand, I'm having me Christmas as a champion still. I'm having it as a winner. I'm not having it as a 2-bob. Let's face it, KUGAN. That man there, he shouldn't be going no more than 6 with me at all. 6, I'm as honest as they come. I found it hard in there tonight, and that's all he was doing was just making me miss a little bit, coming back for a stupid little jab to the body and jab to the head. But it wasn't what he was doing; it was just what I couldn't do. Nothing was absolutely there, absolutely nothing. But look, like I say, it's not been the best camp for me at all by far. But you know, I'll sort it out.
But like you said earlier on, if you're going to have a night like that, let it be tonight, and you come away with the win.
100% KUGAN. Look, there's one thing with me. One thing. I will always find a way. Always find a way to win. Look, the way you got to look at it as well, this was his big chance tonight. He brought something that he was never going to bring again. That was his absolute best. You couldn't get any better for him. And it was my absolutely poorest, stinkingest performance ever. And I'll still beat him. And I'll beat him, yeah. But, to be honest with you, that's a bit of a shake-up, wake-up call. And at times, when I was making him miss, slip, dip, making him miss, it was just so easy. But then, I just decided to tuck up and stand there and nothing at all. But look, I can't keep moaning about it and going on. It is what it is. I got the win. I need to liven myself up by far to fight these big names and move on. What can I do?
Going into the last sort of 3 rounds, how did you see the fight? Did you see it as kind of even, or?
No, when I was in there, I knew I was winning. Because I knew when to step it up. I knew when to step it up and push him back. People were screaming, go forward, but that's when he was like I was getting a bit scrappy and he was having a bit of success. So the last couple of 2 rounds, all I did is I knew I won, was just tying him up because nothing was there. And he had a puncher's chance, even though he wasn't a big puncher. But you never know. You got to play it safe. So that's all I was doing was tying him up, killing time. But terrible performance. And I'm happy, in a way, I'm happy that other contenders are looking at that performance and seeing holes in it, because it gives them false beliefs. If I bring that performance back in the ring again, I might as well quit, no. I'm a no good bum. But got to liven myself up, and I will do. Wake up call.
You said in your own words that if you perform like that again, you can forget about the likes of Golovkin and
100%.
Canelo.
Listen, there is no way can you go in with the elite on that performance. What I should have done is last year, but I just got to put this year for my boxing has been a terrible year. Right, I've been out once this year. I just got to put this year behind me and move on, make 17 a better year because I haven't boxed not once this year. What I should have done off the Andy Lee fight, I should have built off that. Couple of fights, warmed into it, kept myself right in shape, build on, moved up. But I had that year out, and if anything, it knocked me 2 steps back. I mean, look, when I boxed, when I had the time out at the Eubank fight, and I boxed that somebody at Wembley Arena. What was
Johan Bloyer?
Johan Bloyer. Look, I know I was a bit overweight, sluggish, slow. It's really, tonight, I really deserved the warm-up fight, really. But I had to defend. It was just an absolute joke of a performance. And I'm embarrassed of that performance, but I'm still champion. On my worst, it's good to know, on my worst night, I can still beat hungry fighters. Shows a good champion.
You actually made a point of apologising to the crowd as well.
Yeah, because listen, they spent the money, didn't they? They come out and see me. My mates come all the way up, and that was just a little bit. It was just a bad performance. Terrible. He should have been out there. If that would have been me in there tonight, there is no way I would hit in 6, 1,000,000% not. And I knew that, to be honest with you. And do you know what? I'm round 9. I caught him, and I just stepped off him. Don't know why, but I just stepped off him. Then I allowed him to get back in with a little jab and a little 1-2, and just a load of rubbish.
With the lure of all these big fights, keep talking about, because this whole year has been talking about next year. These
KUGAN,
big
I'll
fights.
tell you what people's doing,
Now,
right?
how motivated were you for this fight?
Motivated
Yeah,
for this fight?
yeah.
Not really at all. Listen, you're always overlooking and thinking, but like I said, you know, you look at it in a way that you can never overlook or underestimate nobody. And I might have not underestimated him because he wasn't in my class. But like I say, it's still good to know that I can beat an hungry fighter was coming for a world title, was going to give his all, and that wasn't 5% of my performance. But you can't do nothing about it. Stop moaning, bitching about it. It's happened. I'll spend Christmas with me belt, and we will adjust New Year. But most definitely, I need 1, if not 2, before a big fight. A couple of defences, mandatories. I've been ordered by 2 mandatories, so I'll get me 2 mandatories out of the way, and buck my ideas, brighten up a bit.
You said at the start of this interview you're out now or going in the process of making some changes.
Yeah, I mean, a few things. When I go back, I've got to sit down, know about my trainer situation, sort something out there. You know, and a few other bits. KUGAN, it's just been a terrible year, 2016. I boxed once this year. I just got to put this year behind me now. It's happened. Like I say, I've beaten a hungry fighter coming for a belt on a worst performance ever. And it just shows you that's still good to do, but on a poor performance.
Well, you can't get more honest than that.
No, listen, I won't lie, KUGAN. If I boxed all right or I boxed a little bit okay, I'd have said yeah, but I've had sparring partners. I'm not being ignorant or rude, but I've had light middleweight sparring partners out was better than him. But I stopped sparring about 5 weeks, 4.5 weeks ago. 5 weeks, yeah, about that, 4.5 weeks ago now. I had 1 spar, the end of camp, about 2 weeks before I come back, done a 6 rounder, but just not enough sparring. It's a load of ring rust. But like I say, it's happened, I've done, put it behind me, move on to bigger and better 2017. Can't get any worse than that, put it that way. If it is, it's a loss, isn't it? Let's get it right. Fuck me.
But I think just finally, when you needed to sort of step it on a little bit into them
Listen,
7, 8,
with
9.
me, I will always find a way. Like I always said it, I will find a way. Where I'm fucked, I'm breathing out my arse, I can't stand up. I had a stitch from round 6. Just everything for me tonight, for performance-wise, wasn't there. Nothing was there. My jab wasn't there. My feet work wasn't there. My head movement wasn't there. There was just nothing there. But, like I say, I can't keep banging on about it. I'm still champion. I'm sat here. I'm not going home a loser. I'm going home a winner, but just I'm not happy with that performance. And I need to up my game to look at the likes of the big fights.
All right. Well, listen, Billy Joe, thank you very much for talking to
Thank
R4
you.
TV. Like I said, whatever happened tonight, you got the win, so end
Yep.
off.
No problem.
Catch you soon.
Turn that camera off now.
It's going off.
Oh.